Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm really happy you are here. Today we are finishing up our Season 8 Jump Location Trilogy and we are taking a look at the places to land to get high kill games. Get a lot of questions during my live streams of my viewers asking me where to land to get high kill games and what are some strategies to be used to get high kill games. In this video we will not be discussing strategies, but we will be discussing two places to land to get high kill games. If you'd like to stay up to date with Fortnite content, do subscribe to the channel and turn your post notifications on. That way you know when I post a video, and that way you are fully up to date and you're not missing a moment of information. I feature a lot of Fortnite content here. I do some challenge videos, I do tutorials mainly, and every once in a while I may throw in a miscellaneous video. But with that being said, let's take a look at places to land. One more thing before we do get into the video. I know there's at least a Jackclone fan out there, at least one. If you are a Jackclone fan, please do use my supporter creator code JackCloneII in the item shop. It does mean the world to me. All the support is greatly appreciated. That is JackCloneII, Jackclone with two I's at the end of it. Thank you very much, and let's get into the video. So, as everybody probably guessed, Tilted Towers is absolutely part of this list. Tilted Towers is by far the most populated city on average, other than hot drops and maybe some areas that have challenges like that week. Tilted Towers is always going to be populated. So, if you want to drop and get some high kill games, Tilted Towers is by far the safest way to go about it. Again, there are places that will be more populated than Tilted Towers, but again, on average, Tilted Towers has a very high population of players jumping here, so it's almost a surefire way to drop and get high kill games. And speaking of hot drops, as I just stated, pretty much any hot drop is going to give you high kill games. As long as you go to the first main city that the bus is flying over, a lot of people will land there because they're thinking the same thing you are. They want to go there and they want to kill as many people as they can. So if a bus is coming in from the west and it's going over Snobby, and Snobby is the first city on the map, chances are there's going to be a high population of players there. Same thing if it's coming over here by Paradise and the first city on the map is Paradise, chances are Paradise is going to have a high population of players. So any hot drop in Fortnite will lead to high kill games. Almost guaranteed. I'd say a good 95% of the time. You might get that one unlucky drop where nobody goes, but 95% of the time, I'd say you can easily get some high kill games with any hot drop. And here we are at Salty Springs, and here we are at what used to be a tree house. My heart still hurts. If you did watch my video on Season 8 Easy Wins, I talked about how bad Epic hates me and how bad Treehouse is nowadays. It should have stayed Treehouse, but I'm getting off subject here. Let's talk about how we're getting high kill games. Salty Springs is legendary and is well known for dropping here to get high kill games. Much like Tilted Towers, the population here is typically always relatively high. I'd say at least 4 other people will drop here with you in a solo game. In squads, I'd say probably 3 squads drop here total, so you and 2 other squads. And with it being pretty much in the center of the map, the rotations are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So you may not get 10 kills leaving the first city, but your rotations are great, and it leaves a lot of room for you to be able to rotate into other cities and get a lot of kills that way. If you want to get kills really fast right off a rip, then Tilted Towers is your way to go. If you want to make yourself have good rotations and leave more room for more kills, then Salty Springs is definitely the way to go because you can rotate pretty much anywhere in the whole entire map. Tilted, again, you don't really have too many places to go because these places over here are probably not going to be very populated. But if you're in Salty, you can rotate to Retail, you can rotate to Fatal, you can rotate to Dusty, Tilted, really wherever you want to go. It's almost the center city on the map. But Salty Springs, a very good place to go for high kill games. And as we just mentioned, with the center of the map being very populated, Dusty Divot is probably, I'm pretty sure it's the most centered city since the center of the map's literally right here. So with distance wise, I'd say Dusty's probably the most centered city out of Loot, Tilted, Salty, and Dusty. So being the center of the city allows for easy rotations, much like Salty Springs, how it's centered. You don't get a lot of kills off rip, but you do have really good rotations. So if you do jump Dusty, you might get 2 kills out of Dusty. You can rotate to Salty, kill 1 or 2 people there. Then you can either rotate to Retail and kill 1 or 2 people there, or rotate into Tilted and probably kill 2 or 3 people there because a lot of people are going to rotate into Tilted. Or you can make safe rotations out here if there's like a hot drop out here somewhere and kill the players that are left from the hot drop. Dusty is not good for right off rip kills, but it is good for high kill games due to its location. Pretty much any city that is centered is going to be really good for rotations, which is going to be really good for high kill games because you'll be able to get to more people faster. Along with the location, there are geysers in Season 8 now, so you can use geysers to rotate even faster. In Salty, for example, there are ATVs, so you can use the ATVs to rotate faster. Tilted Towers doesn't really have any vehicles. It's just Tilted Towers is really good for getting kills like as soon as you spawn. There are vehicles on the mountains surrounding it, but not in Tilted itself, so that's gonna waste a little bit of time while you get a vehicle. The vehicles and geysers in Dusty and Salty are easily obtainable and pretty much in the city themselves. But location has a lot to do with high kill games, and Dusty and Salty are very, very good examples of that. And here we are at retail for the last jump location to get high kill games in season 8. Retail has a above average population, I would say. Every time I drop retail, typically there's 2 or 3 people in here in a solo game, which isn't a ton of people to kill right off rip for a high kill game, but retail does allow for good rotations. So if you jump retail, you can rotate into divot or you can rotate into salty or both. And then after that, you can make another rotation, possibly to Tilted or the other name city that you didn't go the first time. Retail, again, much like Dusty and Salty, not very good for right off of rip kills, but the rotations make it a pretty good place to get high kill games. I'm not saying you're going to drop 20 bombs jumping retail, but you can at least get into, the mid-teens, dropping double digits at least if you're really, really trying to go for high kill games. A tip about high kill games, a few tips. It's really all about how fast you can move at your location and your rotations. So if you did jump retail for say, and the hot drop was like Sunny Steps and the bus came from the northeast and went towards southwest, you don't really want to make your move to Paradise or anything down there. You either want to go to Sunny Steps or go to Dusty and Salty because those are always good places to go for, a lot of kills. But being that Sunny Steps has a high population, I'd probably suggest going to Sunny Steps, trying to clear that out as fast as possible, and then rotating into Dusty or Salty. Dusty and Salty always have combat going on there because of their location being the center of the map. A lot of people are going to cross there, going to circle. So that'd be like one really good example of a rotation. Another example would be if you jump Salty Springs and the hot drop was like Happy Hamlet or Paradise, if the bus went right over there and crossed over Salty, you'd probably want to rotate into Dusty Retail rather than going all the way out here to Happy because you're going to waste a lot of time traveling that distance. Paradise is a bit closer, so Paradise wouldn't be a bad place to rotate into if it was a hot drop, especially being Paradise. A lot of people do drop there when it is a hot drop because the amount of loot. People know there's a lot of loot there. Those are just two examples of the kind of rotations that you'd probably want to do if you're going for high kill games. Or if you jump Tilted Towers, you're going to get a lot of kills there anyways. And then I would probably rotate towards the center of the map. Or if the hot drop was close, like maybe like Snobby or Pleasant, then I'd rotate to one of those cities. But typically, Tilted Towers, you always want to go to Dusty or Salty because a lot of people are going to be centered. And that pretty much sums up our Season 8 trilogy for our jump locations. I started this in Season 7, and I plan to bring it into Season 9. The trilogy videos are really nice. I don't put them out in the beginning of the season. That way I can get a really good feel for the environment, the map changes, and that way I actually bring you full-blown knowledge and not just speculation because a lot of things can change. And typically after 2 or 3 weeks into a season, the season's pretty much going to be that way. You obviously have some map changes and things like that, but for the most part, it's going to stay roughly around the same way, so the videos will hold value until the end of the season. Again, if you do want to stay up to date with good Fortnite content, if you want to stay up to date with the new metas, if you want to check out some of the content that I create myself, then do subscribe to the channel. Keep your notifications on so you know when I do post a video. That way you have the most knowledge you can at that time. Knowledge is power. Always remember that. Jackclone will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all later.